Hey everyone, Sierra Rosebuds. Um, I don't really know why I decided to make this video. I guess because not a lot of people like to read. And the reason why I'm saying this is it seems that a lot of people don't understand the amount of sustenance and nutrients and vitamins that are pretty much in their front yards. And basically what I'm going to do is list 5 herbs that I use on a regular basis. And I mean either every day or every other day. Number 1 would have to be sage. Mountain sage, white sage, it doesn't matter which one. Now there are multiple reasons why I use this. One, sage tea is absolutely amazing for when you're sick. If you have a throat infection or a cough or anything, make 1 cup of sage tea and I guarantee you feel better. It's not like anything for strep throat. It's not for anything that's viral or incredibly bacterial. But however, with strep throat, it can soothe the pain. I know I had tonsillitis before and it's along the same lines of strep, and it hurts to swallow anything. So sage, it'll help not while it's going down, but after you drink it, it'll help you feel just a little bit better. If you have a cold, sage tea is probably the best way to go. See, spiritually, you can burn sage and it can purify the air, the aura, and wherever you're burning. It's also really good for your skin. I actually put together a mixture of sage, rosemary, and cinnamon powder, and that gets rid of scratches, scrapes, bug bites, and that's it. For me, that's all I tested it on. But it's so easy to make. You don't have to go spend like 5, 6 to whatever amount of dollars on this anti-itch cream or whatever. Just put some sage and rosemary on it. The thing is, sage, it helps soothe the pain. Rosemary and cinnamon are both antibacterial and antiseptic. So it just does the work for you. And, you know, that brings me to second on my list, and that would be rosemary. Rosemary tea is also very, very good. I believe that's in the pine family, and that rosemary tea is really good for your immune system. If you're like me and you have a really shitty immune system, you may want to take in a bit more rosemary than I guess most people would. Because I know a lot of people just like to season meat with rosemary and sage and stuff. However, that isn't the only purpose of it. Rosemary, really all I use for rosemary is seasoning and tea. I don't really use it for much else except for the additional antiseptic. Then there was lavender. What the thing with lavender is it's very stimulating, so it's really dangerous to a point. You know, there are many things you can do with lavender, yeah. And it's borderline medical and health and beauty. So what I usually like to do is, oh, I dropped my hair tie, is try to pick it up with my toe. Yeah. Oh, okay. What I do is I'll take either lavender flowers, or if you can get essential oils, you know, ideally you'd want flower because it's free. You know, if you have like a lavender bush, go to a hospital, they're more than likely going to have lavender. Just take some flowers and put it like under in your pillow sheet, or take a couple of drops and put 1 to 2 drops on your pillow, and that'll help you sleep through the night. Lavender tea, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because, you know, a general cup of tea is, you know, pretty normal. However, with lavender, you only really need maybe half a cup of tea. And like I said, it can be stimulating. And the thing with that is the stimulant, say if you're pregnant, it can cause miscarriage. It's not going to 100%, but it has been noted and documented, and if you work with herbs enough, you can understand why, that it causes miscarriages in pregnant women. It also causes kidney and liver failure in animals. The thing with that is animals absolutely love the smell of lavender and they'll attempt to eat it. Now, smelling lavender for them isn't a big deal. It's as long as they don't ingest it. Another thing it's used for is skin treatment and hair treatment. And the thing you'd want to do for your hair is either use jojoba oil or jojoba oil, whatever, coconut oil, and put in at most 3 drops of lavender essential oil in it and massage your scalp. The stimulant of the lavender will get your follicles perked up and start growing a bit. So, and with skin, it's pretty much the same thing. Put in just a drop or two. You may even want just one if you're putting it on your face. Just kind of wash your face, and I guess if you want to moisturize, put 2 drops of oil, 1 drop of lavender, kind of rub it on your hands and put it all over your face. And yeah. Something that I also like to use lavender for is anxiety. What I usually do is I put a drop here, a drop here, and a drop here. And what that does is it gives you the constant scent of lavender so that if you're in a stressful situation, say if you're anything like me as well, and driving gives you a lot of anxiety and stress, you'll want to keep some lavender with you to help you relax. But not too much, because it is also an herb that people use for insomnia. I have hair shedding everywhere. And there are multiple things that it is used for, but this is me explaining what I use it for. And aloe vera, this is number 4. Aloe vera, a lot of people seem to think that it's just for sunburns, and it's incredible for sunburns. It really is. But it's also really good for oily skin. Again, if you're anything like me, you may have really oily skin. And a good way to kind of keep the moisture in your face without drying it out too much and without over moisturizing is you can cut open an aloe vera leaf, and then you put that gooey gel stuff all over your face, an even layer, kind of like a mask, and you leave it on there for 5 minutes and rinse it with cold water. Warm water will do absolutely nothing. Use cold water. The reason for that is because you want your pores to shrink instead of expand. When you use warm water, your pores expand and allow a lot of the other toxins and shit in, whereas if they're closed, that's a done deal. Whatever the aloe was providing you, that's in your pores now, the cold water traps it in there. And I have to say, I only do that once a day. I don't have to, depending on the day. If it's really humid, then I'll probably do it once in the morning, once at night. But yeah, you can also use it for eating. And a lot of people don't really like the taste because it's kind of bitter. However, it's really good for you. Cactus in general, if it's not incredibly rotten and poisonous, the juice in cactus is really good for you. And aloe vera is a member of the cactus family. So yeah, it's also good for your hair as well. If you want moisturizing, bring back some life to your hair. If your hair is about my length, and this is, you can see it's a little past my shoulders, you'll take probably 5 leaves and cut them up, put that junk in your hair. I mean, you want to keep the skin off, but the gel and the pulp inside you want to put in your hair. Leave it in there for 35-45 minutes and shower. And don't use too hot of water. Use lukewarm water. And number 5, what was it? There's another one that I use. I mean, I don't really get to use it a lot out here on the East Coast because not in my front yard. But what was it? Oh, I forgot. I got off track. All right, well, 4 main herbs that I use. I'll probably remember when this doesn't matter. But you know, there's a lot more to be made of use with everything around us. And one of the reasons I want to say that is it seems that a lot of people are under the impression that everything only has one purpose. And that's just not the case. So, yeah. If you want any recipes or directions on how to officially, make my antiseptic or make the tea or anything like that, you can comment or message or whatever you want. I'll leave a link to my Celtic remedies because I have a lot of healthy recipes on there and a lot of herbal information. So, yeah, I don't know, I'm bored. But in all seriousness, those are like the top 4 herbs, not 5, but 4 herbs that I use on a daily to every other day basis. And they help a lot. So, yeah, goodbye.